Hey guys, Neil with Aviator Q. Welcome back to another episode. Today's video, we're doing something a little different. We're starting this new kind of side, I don't know what you want to call it, side venture of Aviator Q. We're going to start a Q&A session where you guys ask the questions, I answer them, and we get them out to you. So sit back, relax, and welcome aboard. Alright, so this new Q&A thing. Like I said, work schedule's picking up a little bit. The demand for flying's coming back, so doing a lot more flying than I have been in the last, I don't know, year and a half almost. Plus, the baby's getting close to being here. She'll be here in a couple weeks. And I'm just worried about being one of those YouTube channels that post a video, in about 3 or 4 months I post another video, and I know I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, and I appreciate all you guys that have joined here lately. And this is going to be another way that I can get a video or two out there. I'm filming them from the hotel rooms when I want to. Right, that's where I'm at here. I'm in Daytona, Florida today. I leave in a couple hours to come home. Yeah, so like I said, this is just going to be another avenue for me to kind of get some content for you. We are going to kind of rely on you guys to supply a lot of the questions. All the questions that I've selected today are kind of introductory, and I've kept them all anonymous because when the questions were asked to me, I never said, hey, I'm going to use this question on video. So everything's going to be anonymous today, but in the future, just write a comment below. All the questions from the comments to this video, I'll move forward, and we'll just keep picking up and using them in episodes to come. As far as content, guys, I'm going to put it out here. The sky's going to be the limit. As long as it's not inappropriate and is not a blatant security risk, we're gonna answer everything. So if you guys have airline questions, aviation questions, barbecue, obviously, hopefully it's mostly barbecue, but I know y'all got the aviation questions because every time I'm in an airplane in uniform, y'all talk my ear off asking all these questions. So I know the general public has these questions. So like I said, airplanes, anything about how an airplane works, why an airplane works, to barbecue. Personal, if you want to ask me any personal questions, I don't think I'm super interesting, but I mean, hey, you might have a question for me. So like I said, as long as it's appropriate, not a security breach, let's go for it. So with that being said, let's get into the first question. I'll answer, I don't know, we'll try to keep the time kind of short. Don't want to be long and drawn out. I've got these written down on my phone here, so we're just going to get in the first one. How did I get into smoking and YouTube? So that's kind of just I don't know how I exactly did it. Smoking, I was just grilling, and I wanted to do something different and fun. I was always kind of a pyro. Like, I love campfires. I love sounds a little arsonist, but I love burning things. Not destructively. But yeah, it's like I love campfires and everything, and like just like the thought of how I can transform I don't know, like the energy stored in wood, burning it out, adding that flavor to the meat. I don't know, it kind of intrigued me. I can't even remember the first thing I smoked, honestly. I don't know, maybe Courtney can remind us. But whatever it was, we were like, oh my God, this is good. This changes just grilling. So we just kept on doing it, and I learned from watching the big boys on YouTube, like Cosmos Q, T. Roy Cooks, those big channels like that. And when I'd come home from a trip, this is way pre-COVID, 4 days on the road, get you tired. Excuse me. That first day back, you really don't want to do anything. So you just kind of want to veg out. But I would veg out outside next to the grill. And, I watched a bunch of videos, and I got to the point where I was like, I could do this. I've got some knowledge that I could share. And I made the first one on Super Bowl Sunday. Is our unofficial anniversary, guys. Made the first rib video on my cell phone. It was terrible. I deleted. I never even posted it. And then took me another 8 months to film another one, and that was our how to light charcoal video, and it just kind of rolled and morphed into that. So I've got big plans for the channel. I've gained in popularity. It's kind of like exponential growth on YouTube. I started out with like 20 friends, and it's slowly going on, and then spring and summer hits, and it's like, so I think I've gained like 50 subscribers in the last couple months. So looking for big things this summer. So if you guys are just tuning into this is your first time watching, consider liking and subscribe, guys. Hope that answers your question. Let me get to the second question here. My phone's all locked up. Let's see. Second question. I noticed in your videos you use all Weber products. Why do you use Weber? Are there any other companies I recommend? So the Weber stuff is it's got a little backstory in itself. I started off with a 17-inch grill, the square ones, the perfectly square. They're like $19.99 from Walmart, pieces of crap. But I learned to cook on that, and honestly, the reason we did that is because me and my roommate were so freaking poor, we couldn't afford the air condition. So we decided we were going to get a charcoal grill from Walmart and save from heating up the house for cooking supper. So that's how I started getting into the grilling. And then my father-in-law, well, Courtney's dad, I wasn't married at the time, he had the Weber grill I have now, the 22-inch charcoal. And every time I'd come down, we'd grill something because I loved grilling. They knew I liked grilling. And that Weber was a beast compared to my Walmart grill. So things progressed. This was years ago. Me and Courtney dated forever before I ever popped the question, guys. So this is way back in the past. And when we finally got married, my father-in-law told me that when we bought our first house, that would be my grill. So he was going to donate that grill. And sure enough, I think the weekend after we closed, he came up and brought that grill, and that's been the grill I've been using ever since we bought our house. As for the Weber Smoky Mountain, did a lot of research, and this is probably going to be its own question, like what, getting into types of smokers. But I decided to go up with the Weber Smoky Mountain. We'll save the why I get in that for another time. But my mom actually bought that one as our housewarming too. So I basically got a grill and a smoker, all for housewarming presents. As far as what other companies I'd recommend, I really haven't grilled much on anything else. I'm grilling a Weber Genesis, the gas grill. My buddy's got one. I've done 2 cooks on that maybe. But really, if you're looking to get into it and don't want to go with Weber, I would say any type of charcoal grill you get where you have the basic principles of the Weber kettle, where you got the intake at the bottom, exhaust at the top, and a little bit of space between the charcoal and the intake vent. I think it's that same design. It's not, Weber hasn't designed the physics of it. They're just, they've just got the PR side of it. But like I said, I know Charbroil makes one that kind of looks like a Weber kettle, but as far as specifics, I really haven't cooked with anything other than what you've seen in my videos. Let's see here. All right, next we got a couple of aviation questions, which I love. I'm an aviation geek, anyways. Question says, what kind of pilot/rating are you? So I think what you mean is maybe what do I do for a paycheck, or what ratings do I have? So I'm an airline pilot. I'm a captain on CRJ 700, 900, and CRJ's Canadian Air regional jet, made by Bombardier. the French, or French Canadians are up in Quebec, I think. But they just recently got bought out by Mitsubishi, so they're not making those planes anymore, but there's still tons of them in service. Basically, it's a regional jet. I'm on the regional side of American. As far as ratings, gosh, I really haven't thought about all the ratings I hold in a while. But basically, I've got commercial single engine land, commercial multi-engine, commercial and multi-engine air, or got me all mixed up. Single engine land, I've got commercial. For multi-engine, I've got commercial and ATP, which is airline transport pilot. It's a lot of people hear commercial rating and they think, oh, those are the airline guys. Commercial rating is just you are legally allowed to charge for your services. So like anybody who does like scenic tours, crop dusting, any of that stuff where you're collecting a paycheck, that's a commercial license. When you start flying people, you need that ATP license, airline transport pilot. It's the highest of them. You have to have the most hours. There's a minimum age to get it. On top of that, I'm instrument rated in all of it, and I also have a flight instructor and flight instructor instrument, all on single engine airplane. So yeah, it's a lot of ratings. I spent a lot of money in school. Let's see, what plane do you fly? I already kind of what kind of plane do you fly? And then Boeing or Airbus. So yeah, kind of already mentioned that. The CRJ 700 and the 900. We used to fly the 200s. American retired them during COVID. Thank God. Guys, if you never rode on a CRJ 200, my God, 50 seats crammed in there like cat. Well, they're all crammed in there like cattle, but this was really crammed in like cattle. And the air conditions sucked. It'd be like 80, 90 degrees in the summertime. Oh, they were awful. I'm so glad American retired them. They were fun to fly. That's the one thing about it. They were fun to fly, but they were awful for the passengers. As far as Boeing or Airbus, that's a loaded question. I am an Airbus guy. I don't fly Airbus yet, but I want to be in the Airbus when I take the next step in my career. I think Boeing needs to be worried about Airbus, honestly. With Bombardier selling out to Mitsubishi, that leaves Embraer in the regional side, but now Airbus is getting into the regional side. They're coming out with that A220, A200. I'm not super knowledgeable on all that stuff, but they've got this new regional jet coming out. So Airbus is now going to be in wide bodies, narrow bodies, and regionals. And what's Boeing doing? They just keep making the 737 bigger. I don't know. 747's getting old, 75's getting old, 76 is getting old. Still thousands of lots of 777s still out, and they got the 787. But I don't know. That's a loaded question, man. You can get a group of 50 pilots in a room. They'll argue about Boeing and Airbus for hours. But that's where I kind of lay. Next is one of my personal favorite questions. Why should I turn my phone to airplane mode when I fly? What's really going to happen if I don't? Nothing. So airplane mode. So here's the gist behind what the airlines are thinking. And this really applies to like what we call Cat 2 and Cat 3 minimums. We're talking bad weather, guys, like 100-foot less ceilings. I mean, quarter-mile vis, bad stuff. These are specialized types of approaches. They're so specialized the autopilot has to do them. They don't let us hand fly them. And what they're worried about is when you're making such these small, minute corrections, and like these Cat 2, Cat 3 ILSs, and if there's ever, I'm thinking now, I'm just going into jargon here, ILS, Instrument Landing System, Cat 2 means Category 2, Category 3. As 2 and 3 are specialized, they take you down to the ground even lower. So like if I start rambling, I'm not thinking about like common vernacular here. Just send another comment and I'll answer it better. But getting back onto it, they're afraid that they can't prove that transmissions from a phone will distort those radio signals that the plane is navigating by. They can't prove it does, but they can't prove it doesn't. So until they can, they're just going to be like, turn everything off, so they're not going to take the risk. Realistically, why you should do it is the way your cell phone works. It's constantly looking for a cell phone service. I've gotten cell service as high as 7, 8, 9,000 before. Very, very spotty. But generally, cell phones don't work much above 3,000 feet. So your cell phone is just going to be constantly looking for towers that whole time you're in the plane, and your battery is going to plummet. So that's kind of the real gist of why you should turn your cell phone to airplane mode. Guys, that's all the questions I kind of prepared for today. Like I said, I hope you kind of enjoy these Q&As. Looking forward to doing some more of them. Like I said, it's going to give me a quick kind of video that I can pop up. Plus, I like talking about stuff. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comment below. If you want to send them if you want to send them to we have Facebook at Aviator Q channel. There might be a dot in there. I'll add some script to the screen when I'm editing, and they'll be in the description below. And then we have Instagram at aviator.q. Again, I'll put all that stuff in the description below. So yeah, like, feed us your comments, questions. If depending on how many questions I get, I might have to break them to 2 or 3 different episodes. But if you don't see your comment in the next video, just kind of stand by and we'll get it to you. Probably, I don't know, guys. I don't know when the baby's how much time I'll have once the baby gets here. But like I said, I'm gonna try to get some videos out here. I got 2 videos that have not been edited. I'm gonna slowly release those because I know as soon as the baby gets here, we're not gonna know what we're doing. So I guarantee I'm not gonna have time to get around the grill. But maybe these Q&A videos will kind of help us out a little bit. But yeah, like I said, to all my new subscribers, thank you. All my old guys, appreciate you watching. And we'll see you on the next video here at Aviator Q. See ya.